How are you doing? Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Another early start. We're going to go back on the Triumph and we're going to do the electrics box. Now, a confession, I've put the wraparound bit on. If you follow along, you'll see I've jumped forward a bit in the video I didn't record myself finishing the body of the electrics box off because it's fucking hard work and I was struggling enough. So I just wanted to get on and get it done so I can apologise for not showing you that part of the process, but you can join along now as I fit it up, trim it out for some chain clearance and get it squared away like so. Let's get on and do it. So here it is in all its glory. Look, you can see me. Look, I'll give you a wave. Shiny, shiny. Not rippled up. Managed to get the shape right. Everything's cool. Everything's fucking small. What I'm going to do is knock these welds back. Just clean it up a little bit with a sander. And then we need to look at mounting it. We're going to cut the top out and put a bracket on the frame here, probably here actually, or here, I can't remember, here I think, and then two here off the frame, and then we need to make a cutout for the chain. So we can do a little bit more fabrication on this and get it mounted up. Right, we're going to cut some chats, double chats and single chats. These are doubles, you will see. We're using the backstop on the bandsaw so we can cut a few like, because I do half a dozen at a time. It's dark out here, isn't it? So we set the stop up, but we put a spacer in because these are quite short and when they cut they can twist a little bit and knock the backstop about or jam the blade. So we put a little stop in, look, pull that out and then it's good to go. Sorry. There we go, so we'll put a few of those off and then we'll go over to the bench and get them finished off. Righto, with those cleaned up, I'll show you, with those smoothed off, slightly rounding corners on one side and nice and clean on the other side, we can now go over to the mighty meddings and start drilling them out. These are mounting brackets really, these chats, single chats and double chats, 8mm, got a little jig here look, that lines it up for me. And the mighty meddings will work its wonders and we'll get them all drilled out to 8mm. Bit of lube. Lean on it with the forearm. I could have a little clamp really, or a little something welded here that, you know, an hold down, but I've not got anything. I could put a pair of mole grips on, I guess. But so, have that one out, blow off, flip it over, drop a lube, and once it gets started you can pretty much let go until you're about ready to break through. I probably wouldn't advise that like, but you know, the clamp thing would be a better idea. My little jig's not evolved enough to have such conveniences, I'm afraid. Anyway, we'll get them all drilled out. So with those made and chamfered, look, just cleaned them up a bit off camera, we can get ready to mount things. So what I've done, I've got myself a perimeter to keep and we're going to cut the middle out. When it comes to the corners, we're going to use an hole saw to give us a bit of a radius. Now, these, as good as these are, when you're going through a bit of 16 gauge stainless, it can be a bit, hit and miss is probably a bit strong, but there you go. So we'll get these drilled out and then we'll use the cutting disc to join the holes up and punch that middle bit out, and then we've got our brackets. We've already marked the middle one. There, we've gone through with the transfer punches, so we know that that's going to sit just peachy. And these top ones will work out when we've got that mount on and we've got it in situ. So what I'm going to do now is drill these 4 corners out and then slit saw, well, chop saw the fucking top out like. Right, with those holes drilled out and joined up and fettled and filed, and this mounting bracket mounted, we can offer it up now. We can go over there and we can try and get this bracket tacked on and get it in position. So I'm going to fuck about doing that, probably off camera, and we'll get it lined up and sat right so we can get these top mounts and spacers sorted. And then we'll look at the cutout, like I say. So the fiddly bit now begins. This is awkward. When there's only me, like, you know what I mean? I've only got 2 hands. Can't use my 3rd hand to hold this in place properly while I tack it, so it makes it a bit awkward. So I'll fuck about with this off camera and go from there. And by the magic of television, there we go. This one's nice and lined up with the underneath one that you can't see. One that's down there for the fender. Yeah, so that's all cool. I had to slot the holes out a little bit, full disclosure, just to balance it up, and I'm sitting nicely. So what I'm going to do now is grab a bracket, hold on, or 2, bear with. Right, these singles, and they're going to go somewhere up there like that. Yeah, one each side. Ish. We'll see. I'll sort that out on the middle one. So I have one in the middle. Think that'll do it? Yeah, probably. Ain't it? No. Yeah. No, yeah, no. Don't forget, folks, our Fuck Stock stickers are now available in our Etsy store, link in the description below. Fuck Stock, you know it makes sense. So, after that brief fucking yeah, no, yeah, you're a bit new, but you're a bit we've got the 2 mounts there, and that is Johnny fucking Rock. And there's loads of room for wires coming down here or wherever, like. I'll leave that up to Andy, where he wants his wires coming in and out, although I'd mine them here, mine them right underneath, and then run up here. So there you go. So, right, what we need to do now that I've sat how we want it, not quite sat how we want it. Yeah, now that I've sat how we want it, we need to work out where the chain's gonna fucking run, don't we? And do a cutout here. We know that we're going to go to the side of the mudguard here, so the cutout follows that mudguard and goes straight forward, fucks off forward like. But we need to make sure that the chain doesn't clout it. Now on mine, again full disclosure, I've not got a massive cutout and I've got a little nylon runner, and it fucking works a treat. So if the chain gets a bit loose, it will tickle that nylon runner that's underneath the cutout. Yeah, which is fine, absolutely fine. So I'm going to get a bit of string, I think, and run it off the rear sprocket across to the front sprocket, and kind of see how high up it goes, and then allow a little bit more than I did on mine. Fair play. So, we didn't use a bit of string, we couldn't hold it, could we? Because 3-hand thing, remember. So we used a metre long rule and went from the top of the front sprocket, which is about here, to the top of the back sprocket, and it brings us here. Yeah. So we're going to give it a fucking good margin. I had a look at mine, and it's kind of like that. Excuse me, that's the earth clamp. We've followed this down, and we'll follow that forward, and we'll see where it breaks here, and then we'll take it up, and we'll lift that up to there, like, and we'll chop that bit out, and then we'll plate it in accordingly. So there we have it, look. There's the offending article, and there it is chopped out. So we now need something to fill the gap, don't we? So we need a little L piece of, do we use this 16 gauge? Probably will. And do we use the shiny 18 gauge? There's no curves involved. There's a cut line here that's a curve. I ain't got to bend it. It's straight and straight. 16 gauge it is. Right, so we can flash tack these pieces. All I've done, I didn't show you, I've laid the sheet on, drawn round where I need to be, and cut the two shapes out. So it's not rocket science, is it? Make sure I fitted them up like, got them where I want them. Which is about here. Somewhere about there. And then we'll go for flash tacking them in with the tick. So steady away, Ralph. And so on and so forth. Around we go. You can join me once I've got a few more tacks on and the other piece in, and we'll look at working it out. Sorted. And there we go, look. By the magic of fucking television. We've had trials and tribulations. I've reminded myself why I don't make stainless steel electrics boxes on the regular. But we're there. That's it, happy days. Andy can drill it for wires and he can sort his mounts out for stuff, etc, etc. What I do need to do, part of the plan, is I need to make a lid, yeah? We have a lid on top that's held with some fucking riv nuts, some couple of captive nuts at the back, one at the front, and it's just steel and it gets powder coated black or painted the same paint as the rest of the bike, so it blends, yeah? And keeps all the water from running in there and making things go fucking magic smoke coming out of them, like, you know what I mean? So we'll get on and do some CAD, and then we'll cut some normal friendly mild steel, yeah? And go from there. So there we go, look. There's the CAD come out. We've drawn around the brackets that are mounting it, and we've given a little bit of clearance because they do protrude slightly on the top ones, and trimmed it back to the shape of the box, and I've tried it on. This is a tester, right? Look. Try it on the original, and if I can hold it and show you all at the same time, that's going to fucking sit peachy. So what I need to do is sort myself out a bit of mild like that, I think that's 1.2. That'll be fucking bob on. And I'll trace around that, cut it out, and look at fixing it with them nut certs. To see, but you've just watched me cut the slots out, but you didn't see me do these little ones, because what I'm doing is I'm chopping down the sides, and then we're using the vise to draw these off. Look, a nice sharp chisel. Come on, baby. Badoosh. There you go. So pre-clean up. We can't reach this one. Could do it upside down, but it's distorted too much. I've got to go from behind, so not always a bad thing. Line it up, slots are cut down the sides, join them together with a nice sharp chisel. Last bit. Cheers then, thanks for coming. So, with that cleaned up, we've drilled 3 holes in the appropriate places. It's going to sit about like that, yeah. Nice and tidy. Should miss all the brackets according to my test fit. And we're going to put nut certs in here, here, and here, and that'll hold it. And I say, if you're worried about water ingress, rubber trim it. Put a rubber trim around it. That'll fill out these gaps. That'll pull it down tight once it's fitted and all that shit. So what I've got to do now is drill these out to 9mm. So I'm going to go in with a 4mm pilot first, because this stainless is not always the friendliest, as I've said. There you go, like that. Now I'll open that out to 9mm, which takes the nut cert, which, if you don't know, nut riv, yeah, it's like a rivet with the thread in, yeah. Aluminium, so don't be hanging your fucking handlebars off it like, but it'll more than keep this thin cover on here. So I'll get that one in, and then off camera I'll get the other two. I'll have a little go and try it on the bike and all that shit like. So I'll just drill this out to 9mm, and then you can watch me squeeze that in. Right, with that painlessly drilled out, because we sharpened up the old 9mm and took us time, we can push that in, which we have, and then we can give it a squeeze up. You're supposed to set the tension with that, so I'm happy with that. We'll lock that off, we'll have that undone, and then we'll see if we can't unscrew the bugger, which might prove to be a bit of a struggle. Come on, you bugger. It's supposed to just come out. There we go. Happy days. So, tighten that on. So what will happen now is, this will go on there, look, like that, with a 6mm thread, like so, like that would be, if, there we go, if the bolts would start. Now we can level it up here, yeah, measure both ends, get it about right, and then we can go again, can't we? We can mark off. We can swing that out of the way. Centre punch drill, nut riv, job done. And there she is. There she is, boys. Mounted and lidded. Happy as a sandboy. Yeah, could do with a good fucking polish. There's me, look, again. So that concludes the electrics box on the old Triumph. I'll get a screen grab of that, I think. But thumbnail. We'll get the panel in the back. Oh, yeah, that's better. Happy days. There you fucking go. Let me frame that better as well. I don't like doing them. They're a cunt. That stainless steel does not yield, and it's not very forgiving when you're not the best TIG welder in the world. But that'll do nicely. So it just leaves me, as always, to thank you for watching. Say if you like what you see, smash that thumbs up, give me a sub, hit that notification, check out all the bump in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Big love, everyone. See you soon.